You know that night you couldn't sleep? Something was going on, you couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning, you got up, went outside, smoked a cigarette. You're sitting outside on the back or front porch in your underwear, and all of a sudden you hear dogs go fucking stupid, and you hear noise and shit, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah.
It's time.
That's it.
There's music playing.
We got
over
Alexa.
here,
Alexa, stop playing. I need to cut her off.
I can't control that at all. I don't know how
I'm
that's
like over here,
You're supposed to be
waving my arms.
You're supposed to be the sound guy,
nothing.
Scott. What is going on?
that is not hooked up to my system at all.
She started playing that damn
Oh, yeah. When you said it, yeah.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, that was you, Jim. Yeah, you said
you
Amazon.
did this shit,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though.
Good evening, guys. We are back. The Outlaw Way podcast. I got the boss. I got Nacho. I'm Cheeto. Tyler's still on hiatus for his memorial service, honeymoon, whatever you want to call it. We're going to touch on a little something today that we can look at it a whole bunch of different ways, but protection. Is it home protection? Is it
Erosion?
Is it home?
The way to go.
Is it home protection? Is it protecting yourself out in public when you're eating? Is it protecting your property? Is it protecting your family? Is it protecting your
Protection
penis?
in general.
I mean, what are we protecting? You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you what,
we're going to protect shit.
the subject kind of got brought up because we've been getting a lot of home invasions across country. You know, the holidays have been happening and stuff like that. UPS dropping packages off at your front door.
Just in general,
know.
people taking other people's shit.
I'm telling you, man.
But do you also understand that people have to understand? I hope they do. Or they probably don't because people don't. But
Our
you
listeners
have to realize.
do, Cheeto.
You have to realize that people break in people's houses for reasons.
Yeah. For a living, some of them.
Those reasons you're giving them.
Yeah.
When you go to Best Buy and you buy 4 brand new 70-inch flat screens and you just throw the box at the corner by your trash can, you tell everybody, hey, I got 4 brand new flat screens.
Got that right.
When you,
It's like all these girls these days just leave everything sitting at the mailbox.
I'm telling you, man,
You know what I'm saying? Just put it on the curb.
you drive home and your wife has 30 Amazon boxes at the back door, put that shit around the back of the house. Tell the driver, like, don't leave it on the front porch.
For sure.
But a lot of break-ins, maybe we should educate some people on how to protect themselves from our standpoint, from
I
our
think
aspect.
the real question is, and we actually get this question a lot because we do own a gun store and all that type of stuff, but to what extent do you go to ensure protection of your family, your house,
I feel like
your possessions?
a lot of people. I feel like there's a middle ground, and then there's beyond the middle ground. There's a hardcore fucking split.
Well, I think there's a middle ground on personal property.
Yeah.
So if it's you in my house, then I'm going to go as far as the law will let me.
Yeah.
If it's my family, it's no whole bar.
Yeah. I feel like some people, they hear glass break in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Option
Alexa
A.
starts playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so you got the fucking. You've waited this whole moment for your fucking.
I've been fucking waiting for
You
this.
woke up like Tales of the Crypt out of the fucking bed with your fucking nods on. Like
I'm
you're
ready.
ready.
I wake up every day and ask, is today the day?
Yeah. And then you've got the complete and total fucking opposite who immediately starts fucking panicking and probably either hides in their closet or gets the butter knife out of their fucking side drawer and hopes for the fucking best. And then see, I'm kind of like the
that night you couldn't sleep. Something was going on. You couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning. You got up, went outside, smoked a cigarette. You're sitting outside on the back or front porch in your underwear, and all of a sudden you hear dogs go fucking stupid, and you hear noise and shit, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah.
It's time.
That's it.
There's music
We
playing.
got
over
Alexa.
here, brother.
Alexa, stop playing. I need to cut her off.
I can't control that at all.
Jeez.
I don't know how
I'm
that's
like
works.
over here,
You're supposed
like
to be
waving my arms.
You're supposed to be the
You see
sound guy,
nothing.
Scott. What is going on?
that is not hooked up to my system at all.
She started
I don't know.
playing that damn
Oh yeah. When you said it, yeah.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, that was you, Jim. Yeah, you
Yeah,
said
you
Amazon.
did this shit,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, most folks I would feel like that I generally know are just a general sidearm in the bedside table kind of guy. But then you got fucking Chip and Keo here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get the 50 cal out. You know, there's probably a fucking possum in the trash can, or maybe they're breaking in.
I promise you,
throw
wherever
this
I
out
am,
there.
wherever I am on my property, I don't give a shit. Bathroom, kitchen, truck, yard, shop, bathroom, behind the shop, the left of the shop, the right of the shop, to the top of the shop. There is a firearm within reach of me, I promise you. It's a bad day for you.
Shit fire.
I got to take the opportunity every chance I get, but a BFR revolver,
Oh, yeah.
calibered in like 45-70, which you can get anything you want, but
Let's say somebody
45-70.
breaks in your house, John. Okay.
Yeah.
They broke in. Don't get in no hurry. Go on, put your shoes on, get up, get something to drink. Let them know you're coming, because they're gonna run off leaving with half your shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna go 2 houses down. They're gonna hide behind that guy's refrigerator. You can still kill this motherfucker.
BFR 45-70.
Now, that's a little cannon.
We call it the big fucking revolver, but it's actually the biggest, finest revolver.
Yeah.
They're in Pillager, Minnesota. Brett, I can't ever say Picula hand builds every damn one.
He is absolutely a master.
I mean, that's like walking around with a fucking tank, though.
Oh, it's massive, dude.
He is
I'm
a
telling you.
master gunsmith, and every gun is built by his hands.
And
That's one cool
But
thing.
they're beautiful.
They only do like 1,200 of them a year.
As a matter of fact, I want to Way Safe hitches just sent us our hitches, which they're awesome. They remind me a lot of the BFR. They're clean, the lines, it's really
They're
nice.
slick.
They're really nice.
I don't know. I just feel like the home invasion type shit, a big gun's great, but at the same time, I don't know that I would have a hell of a lot of problem people breaking in, because I'm a fence guy. I'm a big fence guy. So, like, if you come to my house, you've had to come through not only a fence, a gate, past the dogs, up the fucking property.
You want to
and
make sure that they want to get.
They really got to fucking want to get in my house.
Yeah,
And if they've made it that fucking far, like Nakia's house, if somebody breaks in Nakia's house, it's because they personally know him very well.
That's the only way
they-
they're gonna find it.
Dude, if somebody breaks in my house, they came with a team and a plan.
Yeah.
But
they
I don't
did
know, because
not-
they're not.
They did not driving down the road and go, oh, there's an Amazon box. I'm finna go get it.
Yeah,
The other
no.
night I had an
That ain't
incident with my neighbor. And so I live in the country, but still at the edge of the city, kind of. But I'm in the country. I have a neighbor that's 200 or 300 yards from me.
Mhm.
He works at the mill over here. So he calls me the other night. It's like 10 o'clock. He's like, can you go to my house and check? My wife is saying some dude tried to break in the truck and he's running around screaming or something.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, what? Because I'm sitting on my back porch. I have heard nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hell yeah. Jump up, grab my fucking
Motherfucker
shit.
locks his
I
crocs in
jumped the
four-wheel
fence.
drive.
Oh, dude, I flipped the Crocs around. I'm over the fence.
Put it in 4-wheel drive.
Well, come to find out, around the corner, he called me 20 to 25 minutes after the incident happened. I wasn't outside at that time. By this time, she didn't have my number, so she's called her brother, her mom and dad, like everybody she knows. Her brother drove from Arkansas Road. He's already there. So I'm 20, 25 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Basically, guy was in a mental hospital, got out, was with his parents. Dad and his son got in an argument. Dad went out front door, son went out the rear door, and took off running. 5 minutes before I got to the house, the dad showed up at the house and picked him up and got him off the scene, left the mother there. So I walked the corner to my neighbor, her mother, her brother, and this guy's mother that was trying to break in the truck.
And she's just fucking there alone.
It was a really weird situation.
Sounds like it.
Then they said he ran from Balkanville.
That's a fucking stretch, son.
Well, I got to thinking about it. There's no way. How did the dad know where he was?
Oh, yeah, that don't make no
They're
sense.
from that street. Because he was riding up and down the street and saw commotion and went to him. But anyway, cop showed up. I bailed ass. I don't need none of that. He was like, did you see anything? I was like, I ain't seen shit. But the brother-in-law was ready to kill him. I was loading ready to kill him. The son was trying to kill him. Like, this guy, 3 different people, if they would have got a shot, would have killed this guy. And it turns out that he was just wandering through the woods because he ran out of the back of his house.
Mm-hmm.
He just happened to pop
Well,
out
that
the
is
woods
why-
behind that house.
That is why the people that panic don't need a BFR in their intake.
Yeah.
No shit.
You got to make sure you're responsible. We got to touch on that. We're
You know,
all
I've never
are responsible firearms.
I've never understood all these guys that, you know, somebody gets shot in the woods because they thought they was a deer.
Yeah, that didn't.
And
Man, I've never understood that myself either.
Does a dude look like a deer?
Yeah.
It's like, count their fucking legs. You know what I'm saying?
Like I've never. I fucking learned at a very young age. You don't take a goddamn blind shot at nothing.
No, nothing.
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 Like,
Ever.
that's the same as
I'm
an
not
employee saying I'm
shooting-
sick.
I'm not shooting a deer that I know is a deer unless I've done checked it out, know that it's a clean
Like it's
shot, a good shot.
100% a fucking deer, and I know I'm gonna hit it.
It goes way beyond it being a deer. It
He
has to
was
be the
wearing
right
hunter
deer. It has-
orange.
like-
He
Yeah.
had on a fucking orange vest.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's where it happens, Chip.
Oh.
They didn't have their orange on, and I thought they were a deer. Because what? Come on, I
Yeah.
don't get
You
that.
took that fucking orange off and buried that shit
I
when you
don't-
called somebody.
You see a bush move and shoot into it.
You're stupid.
You should not have ever in your life been allowed to hold a gun.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am extremely pro gun. I own a gun shop, gun customization shop. I'm very pro gun.
Yeah.
But I am very anti stupid.
Stupid.
And these fucking people are stupid and know they should not have a gun in their hand.
I'm telling you.
So,
But do you?
but to protect your family and your home and your possessions, if you're responsible and you have half a brain on your shoulders, you should have a firearm, and you should make sure that you go to somebody that can teach you how to use it. And
They need to teach you verbal commands. They need to teach you awareness. They need to teach you, all
through
kinds of
the
stuff.
years of owning a firearm academy and teaching gun classes, man, you got to make sure you know how to use the thing. People that go to the store because they decide I need a gun, they go to the store, buy a gun, bring it home, stick it in the... No! I'll figure it out on my own.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what though, there really is a big difference. In my opinion, there's two different types of gun owners. There's gun owners that have a gun and know how to use the gun and can use the gun. And then there's the gun owners that have a gun, have multiple guns, and they know how to use the guns in situations with other people who also have guns.
Yes.
There's
Yes,
and there's
exactly
a very
right.
fucking big
Then there's a
divide right
third
there.
person.
Big difference.
Then there's the third person that finally decides they need one to protect themselves, and they go buy it like he's saying, and they buy it off of looks or color or
yeah.
some bullshit. Then they go home and lock the motherfucker in their safe.
Never use it. Yeah. I don't even
Because
consider
when the
them,
guy
you know,
breaks
that's
in the
fine.
house, you're going to be able to say, "Hey, hold on a second. One
Yeah,
minute.
let
Let me
me
go
get
to
my
my
shit. Let me
safe
go
and
get
get
my
my gun."
I've said this for years and have taught all my students, go through all my gun classes. If you're wanting a firearm for personal protection, and if you are going to take a class or go to somebody that can teach you,
Yeah.
and then you are going to get this gun and go target practice with it at least once a month.
You have to use it.
Yeah.
If you do not, then all these cool semi-automatic pistols is not for you.
Nah.
Go buy a revolver. You can shove it in a hole somewhere. It can collect dirt, debris, grime for 15 years. When you pull it out, pull the trigger, it goes boom.
Yeah.
There's no.
What was
there's
the
no
FBI?
tricks.
The FBI study on 7 rounds, the first 6 miss within 15 feet or something or another.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
crazy.
who the fuck are they shooting?
Well, it's your muscle memory. It's your thought process. Everything you do. When you have that much pressure, somebody's in your house, they're coming in that room, they're jiggling the door, and you got the gun out, and you just start pulling the trigger. If you don't practice,
Yeah.
if you don't have some kind of skill, if you don't take some classes, if you don't put some time and effort into it, like everything else, what do you fucking expect?
It's the things from
What?
my years of tactics training and firearms training and SWAT training and medical training and putting all that together. When you are in a situation where your nerves are screwed, your fine motor skills go away.
Yeah.
So, for an example, if you was in one of those situations, you could not button your pants. The skills on the fingertips that it takes to button your pants, you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So they learn how to operate a pistol and the safety with the tip of your finger,
Yeah.
or the way they manipulate the gun.
Yeah. And you're in a
It's-
high stress environment when all
They're doing all that with fine motor skills.
Yeah.
So in the stressful situation, you have no fine motor skills.
Yeah, you just fucked.
So therefore, there is literally thousands of reports of police officers that are
Oh,
in
yeah.
a situation.
You
they
remember a
finally-
couple years
somebody
ago, the
pulls a gun on
Suburban,
them, they-
and up north somewhere was a Suburban, and the cop pulled the guy over in the Suburban, and the guy got out and was walking to the cop and started shooting. The cop started shooting back. They're like from me and you away from each other, shooting at each other.
Oh shit.
There's like 46 rounds shot. Nobody was hit.
Well, it's not even that. It goes as far as an officer doesn't, during an investigation, they found that the officer he didn't take a shot that he should have taken. They go questioning, why did you not take this shot? And he says, my firearm was malfunctioning. It would not function. They take his gun, put it through all the tests. There's nothing wrong with
Functions
the gun.
perfect.
Yeah.
What was the difference?
His
His
fine
fine motor skills was gone. He had never been taught properly to function things on a firearm with major muscle groups. So there's a bunch. It is a bunch.
It's my
So
shit. It's my shit.
people buying a firearm, taking a legitimate course where they actually learn something. There's millions of firearm classes out there for concealed carry that they're teaching you nothing. All they're doing is taking your $100 and giving you a certificate. So learning from somebody that's experienced, being responsible, that's number one.
Yeah.
But yes,
I can't
So your
fuck up with my
firearms-
gun, though.
but if
Well, your
somebody,
firearms are going to be your number one for most people.
but if
But
somebody
let's
breaks
take
into
them
your
out of the
home,
equation.
if somebody breaks into your home, they're serious.
Yes.
So you need to be just as.
So let's
serious.
take the firearms out of the situation. What are other ways that you can protect yourself? What are other ways you can prevent yourself from being the target? What are different,
I'll tell
home
you,
protection ways?
As far
Where
as
we at?
protection goes, so like in my bedroom, I have one of those little tire kicker bats you get
Yeah.
from like the truck stop stuff. So I got one of those, whatever, in my little
Non-lethal.
side drawer,
Oh, it's lethal.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
most people say
and then-
non-lethal.
And then I got like a little regular old like 6-inch knife, just bullshit. I don't know why it's up there. And then I don't know about y'all's go-to weapon of choice in the bedroom, but I don't keep pistol in there. But what I have behind
I have 6 by the bed.
but what I have behind my headboard on those magnet mounts
Yeah.
is a youth model 12 gauge with buckshot.
Yes,
So
smartest thing on the planet.
I'm not gonna fucking miss.
If you wake up out of a
Smartest thing
dead
on the
sleep,
planet.
you don't have any vision yet. All you have is the direction, and you let off a couple rounds
I'm
of
good.
buckshot, you hit something.
Yeah, I'm fucking good.
Absolute.
And it's
you
a
killed
youth
your
model.
fucking door or something.
And it's a youth model, so it's like it's so cute.
Yeah.
Like I'll have to show
I've
you.
always told people, my wife, I've put her through literally hundreds of firearm classes and all that stuff, but I always said somebody break into this house and they see a 90-pound blonde coming down the hall with a 12 gauge.
She's brunette right now, too.
It does not. She's always been blonde, but coming down the hallway with a 12 gauge,
Yeah.
they are going to go the other way. It doesn't
right.
matter. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't feel like you would have. So I think a bunch of the personal protection here, guns are great. Right. But I'll tell you what, I know a shit ton of people have for personal protection. Dogs, man.
yes,
Dogs are a motherfucker.
I
I'll
got
tell you
that
what,
too.
if you break
The same.
into my house and you get past my dog, I
Oh,
know your ass.
And you don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
And when we say
You
dog, we don't mean attack dog.
Yeah, just
Or
a
guard
dog
dog.
in general.
Just
yeah.
get you a pet in general that makes
Fucking-
noise.
an ankle biter, homie.
That dog will let you know something's going on.
Yeah.
If that dog is barking for no reason and doesn't bark all the time, there's something you need to check out.
Me
It's gonna turn into
personally, like I've said, number one, I live so far out.
You got a big ass dog.
My
too.
entire property is fenced in. I have an electronic gate over my drive.
Yeah, what do you
So-
like? What's your fucking drive? Like
Did-
half a mile long?
From-
Before your gate? Like that one
No,
stretch?
These
3
are some of
miles
the
before
things
the
that
gate.
you can
Yeah.
do. Is what it's saying. You fence your
But-
yard in, put up a gate,
Buy a
leave
dog.
some outside lights on, some security lights.
Yeah.
Lock your fucking doors and windows. Don't leave your
If-
back door unlocked.
I'm bad about
If,
that. I ain't
if
bad about that.
I don't, but if I slapped my wife,
Yeah.
her dog would rip my throat out.
Well, saying dogs are protected.
If I slapped
He's
my
not-
wife, my dog that is now
Yes.
turned into her dog would rip my fucking nuts.
Yes.
That
So-
unloyal motherfucker.
I'm
But-
telling you what.
The biggest thing, and Chip started to hit on it earlier, is deterrent. It's just to deter them.
Yes.
Number one, we had 4 years ago, somebody came before I moved to the place I live in now. I still lived out in the country, but there was houses every mile or two apart.
Yeah.
And 4 houses on my road were broke into.
Damn.
They hit a house, they skipped my house, they hit a house, they hit a house. Why?
They knew.
I knew.
They know who I am. They knew the house is full of
they've
guns.
seen the
they
gate,
knew
they've
my
seen the
dog.
thing.
They
Yeah,
seen
they've
the
seen all
fence. It was obvious this is not going to be an easy one.
Yeah, let's
So-
just keep rolling.
And now we've moved and have the big acreage and all that. If somebody comes to my house, like I said, they have a plan.
They're pretty
They're
much
serious.
Yeah, they're serious.
Don't leave your blinds open. Don't leave your curtains open. Don't put your dogs up somewhere where they're confined to one small space and can do nothing for you. Let them roam.
Unless you're really, really freaking hot. Then leave your blinds open.
Well,
No.
but there's a lot of things, people, I see a lot of houses
Because
at
the
night.
wrong person will, and we'll see it.
I meant for me.
I see a lot of houses at night that go completely black.
Yeah.
I mean, no outside, no inside lights, no pets, no gates, no sign of thinking it's ever going to happen to me.
And
Yeah.
then they get on Facebook on the
Yes, don't
community
put all
group.
your fucking information out there.
Oh, yeah.
They
Don't get
the
on
Outlaw.
Facebook and say, flying to Chicago in the morning, leaving Dallas at this
Yeah.
time. I'll be there for 17 days. I hope my truck doesn't get wrecked at the airport. Like, go ahead and advertise to people you're not going to be home for 17
And you
days.
know what? I do that, though. Because, like, for the events we go to, and I tell people, I'm like, pretty much, like, I'm going to be out of town. And some people do know where I live, and more probably do.
Well, I
than
make
know.
sure, like, I don't say, I don't put I'm going out of town, but it'll get shared between some of us. My wife, somebody will say it. But I've always got a house sitter.
Yeah, I've always got a house
They're
sitter.
always
That's my
loaded.
thing. Yeah.
My pets are always there.
Yep.
The lights are coming on. Like,
But past
my
the
daughters have almost killed somebody a handful of times.
house, they ready.
I mean, so
But yeah, I'll tell you what, though, but out of the house and into the street, just personal protection aside, I
well,
carry a lot of shit in my truck just in general. I know y'all do too.
truck in general, but here's one of my big things when you're out in public.
Yeah.
So you go out to eat.
Uh-huh.
You never put your back to the door.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
That's a normal thing.
The only time that my back will ever be towards the door, or his back will ever be towards the door, or your back will ever be towards the door, is if we're sitting at the same table and one of us is not.
Yeah.
Me and him fight over it. If me, my wife, him and his wife go out to eat, when we go into the table, we're musical chairing that motherfucker because we're trying not to get our back to the door. We finally got to the point where we're, okay, one of us is good because we know the other one's got it.
Yeah.
When you're walking, when you're at a concert, when you're at a movie, doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Look around. You see there's a shady fucker over here, or there's no light in this corner, or just people don't pay
Prime
attention.
example is New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh,
I've been
hell
down
yeah.
there multiple times.
Oh,
If you go down the dimly lit fucking alley with
Oh.
random motherfuckers standing in it and you don't expect something bad to happen at 2 a.m. in the morning after your third mixed drink, you are living a lie.
Yes.
You are living a
some of the
fucking
biggest
lie.
talks I have with my daughters all the time about being aware of what is
Yes.
around you.
Yes.
When I walk into a store, the second and a half, I have scanned the entire store. I know where everybody's standing. I know what everybody looks like. And I ain't going into what color shirt you got on or whatever, but I do
I
a
would
quick
like
scan.
to say that I do that, but I find myself a lot of times over the last few years watching less,
Because you're old.
paying attention less,
Yeah, I
and
still
going
pay
to the
attention.
store and just
But
freaking just
the-
going to get what I'm going to
The
get.
position that we are in right now with everything going on the way it is, you have to pay attention.
You got to. I think people, that's the biggest problem with anything, getting mugged, getting in bad situations, like things like that, is probably 99% of everything bad that's happened is probably preventable if you would have just paid attention to your surroundings.
Because they're
Yep.
paying attention to you, not paying attention.
Exactly.
And you haven't been for a while, so they target
And that's what mostly makes you a target right there, is not paying attention to what's
Well,
going on around you.
We went to Vegas. We went to Fremont Street.
Yeah.
Halloween night.
I did not fuck with that.
So
I did not
it's-
like that shit.
Well, so it's the three of us. We're on Fremont Street, and I'm telling you,
Shoulder
it
to
is
fucking
shoulder to shoulder, butt to
boy.
butt, all the way down this dude. You have to make your way in there. Well, you and Seth went one direction, and me and him went another direction. About 100 yards into it, we looked at each other, and I'm like, I'm out. Because there's no possible way
There's
to
no-
protect yourself.
No, there's no,
No.
fun either.
No.
There's
You're
no-
done.
I
You are literally just
absolutely,
standing there.
I absolutely had my right hand in my back pocket on
What?
my wallet.
I moved
got-
my wallet to my front fucking pocket.
My wallet was already in my front pocket. I was already doing it, but my eyes were on my wife,
Oh yeah.
and I'm watching her. And if I'm paying 100% attention to her, I can't watch my back.
Yeah.
My eyes was on your wife too.
I'm telling you, boy.
I'll tell you
Woo,
what,
baby, you good looking. You know what I mean?
Shit,
Girl, I'm coming to you.
I'll tell you what fucking ruined Fremont Street in Vegas on Halloween night for me. Absolutely fucking ruined it. Walking down through there, checking the things everybody's dressed up. You're so fucking packed in, you can't see shit past 5 foot unless you're looking up. Well, I'm about 6'2", I'm a little taller, so I can see it a little bit farther. Just a hair, maybe 7, 8, 10 foot around me right there.
I was behind your big ass.
Yeah. Well, so we are walking through, crowd opens up just a hair. I walk through, I'm like, damn, it opened up for a second. Look to the left.
Boom.
This woman has got a motherfucking boa anaconda,
I'm
goddamn
gonna tell you-
constrictor, a real live snake.
Hey,
wrapped
this
around her
6'2", 280 some bitch, he was moving, Jack. He's like, fuck that. I'm out of here.
So I'm talking about, I'm like,
So we
three.
know John don't play
I don't-
snakes.
No, so it's like this. I don't mind snakes. But I mind a motherfucking 6-foot anaconda wrapped around a bitch's neck in a high stress environment.
Well, you're like me. If I know the snake is there and I can see it,
Yeah,
I'm
good,
fine.
good.
But when
I
I'm standing
knew-
there and I turn around and he's right here, oh shit!
I was so fucking close to that motherfucker. Like I didn't look to me in the eye. I didn't look it in the eye. He looked at me.
He looked at John and said, "Hey, what's up, bitch?"
And I'm talking about we are in a crowd. She's shoulder to shoulder with people with a snake around her neck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know that snake's not having a good time.
Yeah.
And you know what happens when a snake's not having a good time? He gets wild. So
I had to get out of
And
there.
he was a big son of a bitch.
it was a big son of a bitch.
I had to get out of there and go back because all the men that had men around their necks.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
that
fucking
too.
wild. You know, and I don't
If
I don't really mind that.
that's,
You know,
that's fine. If you want to do that, do it.
fuck it, whatever.
Do it on your own time, though. Don't do it on my time.
Yeah, don't. It's
No,
just
don't
like,
come to my party and hang your dick out. Don't do that.
yeah, there was just a really like an extreme amount of people trying to get to third base in the middle of the street.
Yes.
Surprisingly.
Yes.
And I was just like,
There's no couth in there. Which
no.
New Orleans has never had couth, and I'm sure Vegas never had couth. So
Yeah, but it's,
you know,
it was a little intense.
it is our fault for kind of where we went.
Yeah,
you know.
but I mean, you know, we were in the environment, but it wasn't too bad. You know, it was fine. But the snake fucked me up. I couldn't do the snake again. But back on the subject of personal protective equipment here, little PPE. I don't know about y'all, but I got a level 4 full tack vest in the backseat of my truck.
I have 2.
I got it too.
I only have one because I could only afford one.
I'm not saying I have 2. I said I have it too.
Oh, okay.
I have it
Actually,
also.
just because this is an opportunity.
Yeah.
I have
Can we
just
test
ordered,
yours?
just got in a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
2 sets of ceramic plates,
Oh, shit.
level 4, that from Spartan Body Armor.
I do Safe Line Defense.
This is the Hercules ceramic plates.
Yeah.
Absolutely freaking. They got a body contour shape to them
Oh.
that they're
Mine is
really,
the-
really comfortable. For plates, they're comfortable.
Mine is the Safe Line Defense, and it's the it moves. It's like remember Dragon Scale or Dragon Skin or whatever the fuck that was
Mhm.
that the military did or whatever. It's like the upgraded version of that.
I think I have Steel Defender.
So is it soft armor?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And mine's not. Mine's
It's not soft, but
fucking
it's
heavy.
It's you can take it and bend it.
So it's level 3, probably.
Well, no, I've got plates behind it and shit like that, so it's technically a level 4.
People also need to realize though that
Big
that
quotation.
it's awesome if you have the ability to get all the protection equipment you can.
Yeah.
And if you have the ability to get the classes and the training and the knowledge that you have.
I got mine on credit.
But you also have to understand that even though you have all that protection on, if you take a round, it's gonna fucking hurt. You're going to break shit.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be breathing. You're still gonna be alive. But for people that think I'll get a vest and I'll be fine, no, you
No,
can
you
still
won't.
carted out that motherfucker.
It's literally only to prevent you from dying.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not prevent you from getting hurt.
It doesn't stop pain.
No, not at all. And I'm
Speaking
Some of us welcome pain.
Speaking of, while we're talking about protection and property protection, and I just got a text in. I know you seen me show John. It says, are y'all aware of the random humans out here around John Michael's truck? And so apparently there's a crowd of people in the parking lot.
I know, man, and it happens
checking
everywhere I
out
fucking
John's
go.
truck.
It happens everywhere I go.
Mhm.
I
Hey,
love
Scott, you want to take a gander at that and then see if that's like something we need to take care of on the topic we're on, or,
Yeah,
or
fuck
if that's
me.
just like random people?
I fucking love it. You know, everywhere we fucking go, it's always something.
Oh man,
You
That's
have
always
to
fun.
keep talking, John, because he left the video.
Oh
on
shit,
you.
I'm on the fucking video. Scott, are they stealing my shit? Yeah, let me lock it for him. Oh fuck! I'll tell you, random people, man. And you know that happens a lot. Like I'll pull up somewhere and I'll like go inside and I'll come the fuck back out and there'll be 2 or 3 people standing there and I never know. You never really know till you make eye contact with them if they're there to fucking mug me, they hate me, or they just want to say, "Hey, this is cool."
okay, so let's touch on that.
Yeah. But
In the world we
John's-
live in, with all the social media influencers, with social media as big as it is,
Yeah.
with people getting as popular as they are, what did they do to protect themselves? Of course, they need to be aware. If they're probably not, but like John said, he's aware every time he goes. Oh, shit, they're mugging me. They're here to meet me.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
What can they do?
Biggest fucking sponsor I should ever have is Fox. OC Green fucking Fox pepper spray.
Yeah.
Well, I got a fucking plethora of that shit. So I got one that looks like a pocket knife. It's about the size of your average pocket knife
Have
with
you
a
ever
clip.
been sprayed?
I have been sprayed, yes. It was the worst moment of my fucking life.
Yes, me too.
OC Green, so they wouldn't sell it to me unless I had this little piece of paper. Because apparently the hottest shit, blah, 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 blah. They just give you a baby squirt. Baby squirt.
Yeah.
Son. Fucked me up for like 3 days.
Back in my law enforcement days, it was not a baby squirt.
No, they
it
didn't do the
pissed me off.
seconds of things.
It pissed me off because we went through all that, and I swore, if you ever have to recertify, I won't carry it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I told him. if you have to redo this ever,
Yeah.
I will never carry it because
It is
I'm
the
not
worst
redoing
fucking
that.
thing.
It's the worst thing ever on the planet. But years later,
Yeah.
my son's a medic. He's fixing to go through all this stuff, and they're talking about it. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm telling him how bad the story was.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, they spray it on their thumb and they wipe it under your eye now.
So
I was like, bunch of bitches.
So they got me with a forehead, little bit of forehead squirt out of this baby bottle. That's it.
3-second burst, left and right from eyeball to eyeball is what I
No, fuck no. We didn't do that shit.
bad. Oh my
But,
god.
We took it like men.
Yeah, I did.
Y'all are wearing it like makeup.
You got that right. But a lot of people, a lot of people will come up to me, and I have ran into a bunch of crazy people. And I've gotten, death threats are weird, man. Death threats on social media. For the most part, generally, all I do is tell dumb jokes on the internet. That's like my whole fucking thing. If you condense it down as much as you can, just dumb jokes on the internet. Some people man, woo, they get a little intense, like hardcore, severe death threats. You never really know if you're actually going to run into one of them motherfuckers.
Bring it.
99% of them aren't going to fucking do anything in person anyway. They're just going to be on the fucking keyboard type shit.
Right.
But I have
there may be that one.
So
guy.
I have run into
Wish I could find him.
one motherfucker in Panama City Beach in Walmart while we were down there on vacation. I was getting groceries. And he was a little bit out there, and I was kind of concerned. Just a hair. I was walking through there. I was getting some Ziplocs or something, put some fruit in. He was like, "Hey, you're that guy." I was like, "Oh yeah, hey, what's up, man?" He was like, "I can protect you." I was like, "Protect me?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "They're gonna get you." I was like, "Who are you talking about, my man?" He's like, "I'll be outside waiting at your truck. I'll protect you. You ain't gotta worry. I got it on me." I was like, "Oh God!" I was like, "Wow."
Well, you don't park that back, right?
I was parked around. No, he was telling me. I was like, "What are you talking about, man? What do you got on you?" He's like, "I know where your truck is out there. I parked right beside you. I'll be out there waiting on you." And I was like,
Nice.
I was like, okay. I'm in fucking flip flops, swim trunks, and a fucking cut off t-shirt with my debit card in the front pocket.
I might be in a set of Crocs, baby, but I promise you I'm ready.
Well, so I was like, well, okay. Well, so then I had my niece with me, my wife with me, my mother-in-law with me. I was almost like, when we go back outside.
Y'all stay in the store. I'm going to go outside and deal with this. I'll let you know when
I was like, when we go back outside, if there's a dude standing in my truck, y'all just going to wait up here. And I'm going to go out there and I'll get the truck and bring it to the door, or I'll be back. And
in the very beginning, I'd tell my wife or daughter, hang out here. I got to do something real quick. And they'd always question me. Now, if I say something, they're like, okay, whatever.
But I was like, and it was just like, the guy was fucking out there. And I was like, either I'm about to have to go out there and fight this motherfucker, or I'm about to get shot or something. And I walked out there and I fucking looked out there. Motherfucker was nowhere to be found. So I pulled the truck up to the door and loaded my shit and left. But shit like that, you never fucking know. And all that shit, I have no idea what the fuck he was talking about to this day.
Probably just joking. Probably thought it was funny.
No, he was out there.
He
He had
thought
the
it was
look in his
funny.
eye. He missed his medication.
There are those guys.
There are those
In my
guys.
lifetime, it's always right before or right after I got there.
But-
the store got robbed right before I got there, or the guy was burning the flag, and by the time I got there, he was gone. Or like every time,
Always something.
it's something. But
Well, one of the questions is that we get asked a lot because nobody knows. You don't know what's coming. Okay.
Yeah.
So the overall question being, to what extent should a man go to have protection for things that may not ever happen? So
extent.
we just admitted we both actually have level 4 body armor.
Yeah, I mean, just
I
because you never
have
know.
a full arsenal.
Yeah.
The average guy that he can put a little money here and there into something. You can't just go buy an arsenal or level 5 body armor or what have you.
My thing
So,
would be,
to what extent do you
You can do the number one thing for free, and that's pay a fucking attention. At night, if you're at home and you hear noise, go fucking investigate it.
But do you, for home protection, do you spend the money to have a gun there that hopefully you never have to use?
Well, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But there's bats, there's tennis rackets, there's golf clubs, there's.
Do you put up 5,000 rounds of ammunition in case the world comes to an end?
I think most people.
Do you put up a year's supply of food and water?
Well, it depends on where you were born, how you were raised, all that.
What
But
extent should a man be
I
prepared?
think the basic bare minimum entry level, you've got a little bit of change in your pocket. What you should have, I think you should have a nice subcompact handgun that you could carry or whatever.
I think if you're going to start at the basics, you need a shotgun.
Yeah, well, I would go if I only had one gun, could only buy one gun. I would go subcompact before I went shotgun, just so I could use that at home or out in the truck or out with me, so I could have one thing for everything. I'd be good with that one thing. I know how to use that thing, and at least
If it's strictly for home protection, absolutely positively a 12 gauge shotgun is a
sure.
must.
But just
That is
like
a
an
must.
all around engine, I was just thinking like a subcompact with 2 boxes of shells and a week's worth of food would get you so much farther than half the motherfuckers in the U.S.
But just being somewhat fucking prepared and have your shit in order will get you further than anything else.
oh yeah.
But number one, you got just pay attention to what's around you.
Yeah.
Like I said, if there's a noise outside, go look, go investigate. It don't mean that if you walk outside and see burglars in the woods, you run out there and ask them to
Motherfucker,
leave
you
or
do it,
nothing.
yeah.
I'm saying, like, don't be stupid, but it's kind of like driving. These people nowadays that drive their vehicles, they know nothing about their vehicle. They just drive it.
And I'll tell
And
you
then the
what,
motor fails.
speaking of driving
That bitch has been
vehicles-
knocking for 13 weeks.
Right, they took
Yeah.
no
Speaking of
precaution.
driving
Pay attention.
vehicles and personal protection, I'll tell you what, if you are driving through a very heavy populated city or any place in general, and there's just some random motherfucker walking down the middle of the road and it's dark outside, don't stop. Don't
No.
stop to get out of your vehicle
No.
to ask what the fuck's wrong with
No.
them.
Have some common sense,
So fucking
Do not do that.
man.
That is not your fucking problem. You need to call
Just
the
do.
police and tell the police that there's a man walking down the road. You do not
Don't
need
try
to get the fuck out.
don't get in
No.
everybody's business. Mind your own damn business. Pay attention. Have some common sense. Do what's right. Keep from all that kind of shit. But
Yep.
It's the Outlaw Way podcast. We're touching on protection. We never got to the Trojans. I guess we could,
I mean, hell, I don't
Everybody
use them, so
knows.
I mean,
Everybody knows.
I don't use them myself. I don't know shit about them personally, but I'm sure y'all do.
I've been married 27 years.
You've got a couple kids.
I'm not even really sure what Trojan.
Big ass
It's a
horse that
horse
came
or
through a gate.
something.
Yeah, maybe,
But-
maybe.
That's another one, guys. We're gonna wrap it up for the boss, for Nacho, for Cheeto, for Skadoodle over here behind the podium.
I'll scoff you.
There's only one way. It's the.
Outlaw
Outlaw
way.
way, baby.
We'll see y'all later.